Megan, quick question. How much wine do you think someone has to drink before they consider themselves a wine expert?
Based on this podcast, about 2 glasses. That's when everyone becomes a wine expert.
That's fair. But if you're buying wine online, you should know about WTSO, Wine Still Sold Out. They're celebrating 20 years this year.
20 years. That's longer than my marriage.
It's way longer than your marriage, actually. Exactly. Their whole thing is flash deals, one wine at a time at seriously good prices.
Okay, so when the wine sells out, that's it.
That's it. It's literally in the name, Wine Still Sold Out. And we're talking bottles from classic wine regions all over the world.
All right, I like the confidence.
They even back it up with a 100% customer satisfaction guarantee. Plus, they run free shipping events and deals all the time.
Free shipping on wine is dangerous information.
Yes, it is. Check them out at WTSO.com and help them celebrate 20 years of wine deals. Hello, welcome to Kill the Bottle Podcast. Eddie Zamora, aka the Yum Yum Foodie. I just can't stop laughing at Megan right now. Sorry. And as always is here, Señorita Megan, but she's just giving me this weird look on. Hey, yeah. You're giving me that look, Megan, and I'm slightly traumatized from it. I don't know.
Well, it's the normal large eyes look.
Yeah,
I press buttons and I'm always scared. I don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah, so a little pull the curtain back. We're using a new little system here for recording the show, so we're still getting adjusted to it and all the ins and outs of this kind of cool technology that we're using. So I don't want to give a shout out to them yet until we get it done right.
I mean, the editing is not as easy as what I usually use, so I've been using the other thing, but I'm not paying for Zoom anymore, and the sound is better. Like, I've been ripping the sound from this directly, so once I get my mic situation, it sounds like we're in the same room. And we are magic. We're in the same room, everybody.
And guys, this is just a great little video tool as well. The video on this is just killer. So it's a nice little upgrade. But anyway, it is called Kill the Bottle Podcast, and I took a little bit of a pivot today from what I'm drinking because these things are so delicious. I am drinking. I'm gonna show you the little box. I am drinking Certo. I have two different ones here. Certo and Certo. Look how pretty the freaking packaging is. I'm a sucker for good packaging. But these are premium ready to drink cocktails. So they're premium, what they would call RTD cocktails, and they're like little cans. Look how cute this is, Megan. I know that they're tiny, and you probably need way more, considering what you drink, way more than one. But how freaking adorable are they're 100 mLs. It's like a full cocktail. But anyway, they are made in Italy, Italy. They're premium ready to drink cocktails, and they're built around real spirits, blah, blah, blah. This espresso martini is so friggin' delicious. Megs, it's like I went to one of the top bars in town and I had them make me one, for real. I don't know what they do in their technology was, because every time you buy something in a can, it's not like it's an effervescent can, because if not, I wouldn't be able to shake it. And I put the espresso martini on the rocks, shake it, and it gives you the most gigantic head of foam ever. It's fucking spectacular. Anyway, so Certo, do you like ready to drink cocktails? Are you into that? Like the White Claws and all that stuff?
I don't like White Claws. They give me acid reflux.
I don't like White Claws just because I think they taste like shit. The ones I've had are not. They're not festive.
I don't choose them. If they're available, I'll drink them. But I don't go out of my way to choose them. I usually do vodka, soda, and tequila. Well,
it is kind of a breath of fresh air to see a premium one, because there is a market for that. White Claw is they're not that expensive, but you kind of get what you pay for. They don't taste like they cost a lot, if that makes sense. They just don't,
and I usually have to add more vodka to them.
These taste like you had them made for you at a bar. The Negroni is perfect. The right amount of bitterness. They don't tell you what bitter liqueur is used in it or what gin. more so just that it's made in Italy in the Amalfi Coast, and it's just R&D'd by top industry people. So I think it is kind of cool that there's a market now for premium versions of because go to a bar. Let's say a 4-pack of these is like 30 something bucks, right? So wow, okay, 30 something bucks for 4, but go to a bar and buy 4 cocktails, and these are like just as good, or honestly might be better because they're perfectly measured versus some shit you might get at a bar where they don't even want you there. Anyway, so if for premium wise, would you be into that or no?
Yeah,
you think so?
Yeah.
So
speaking of, they just opened. It's a very exciting time in Hollywood because they just opened a Bristol Farms.
They
two blocks from me, which our only walkable grocery store in the last, I don't know, few years I've been there has been Trader Joe's, which I do not like Trader Joe's. I don't like the layouts. I think it's just chaotic all the time, and I don't like that their employees, do all their cleaning while it's like the busiest hours. And they don't have a lot of selection of like fresh meats and stuff like that. And Bristol Farms does. So at least I have this new option. And it's just like, if you're not familiar with Bristol Farms, it's like a Whole Foods.
It's awesome.
Yeah, it's really, really good. I mean, it's expensive, but there's fresh meat, right? Like I can go to the butcher counter and get seafood, and I can get cuts of stuff that you can't get at Trader Joe's.
Oh my God. So, well, they're like poke by the pound.
Yeah,
it's so good. They're kind of like ready to cook or pre-seasoned stuff that they do in the counter behind the fish or whatever poultry. It's always friggin' delicious. Like,
and it's like it's set up. I'm a sucker for setup, and it's like you go in and you have to circle the store to get to the checkout. It's not everything chaotic, so it's very flowy, which I like to do.
They have in fact, probably like these Certo cocktails would probably be that's a kind of the store you would probably find these. You know what I mean? Like a premium.
They have a whole section of that stuff.
Their liquor and wine section is phenomenal. Like I gotta give them their flowers. That's probably besides besides Costco. Sorry guys. Besides Costco, my favorite shopping experience is gonna be a place like that. I mean, I do like TJ's too. I mean, I have no problem with TJ's, but I think Bristol Farms is like, it's got a lot of the stuff you'll find in like an Air One, but it's still less expensive and more. Mm-hmm. It feels more reasonable and somehow. And you know what else they have? They carry Iberico pork there. Yes, like fresh cuts of Iberico pork.
I know.
I've purchased Iberico pork there before. And they Campo Grande, which is like a really good brand of it, they're not paying for this shit. Their stuff is delicious. So they do carry that. I think they're the only store in LA that carries Campo Grande. So I'm excited for you.
I know. It's been 2 years of me fighting with Trader Joe's, and I'm like, yes. And like literally, they opened Caddy Corner from Trader Joe's, so they're gonna take a hit because
I'm trying to remember.
A lot of they're looking for places like that. That's wonderful.
Is there a Bristol Farms on Sunset? I can't remember. There's one.
There is in West Hollywood.
Back in the day, true story. I was working in catering. This is how long ago it was. It was like fucking, I don't know, almost 20 years ago. And they ran out of something, and they're like, Eddie, go to Bristol Farms. And I don't know where the hell what Bristol Farm was. I didn't have a GPS on my phone. You know what I mean? It was like I had to like figure out. So there, it's on the corner of Sunset and blah 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 blah. So I go, and I'm running. I think it's like lemons or limes. I remember I was in the produce section, and Selma Blair was there, and she flirted with me, and I almost had a heart attack because it was Selma Blair. I was like, yes, I still got it. Selma Blair flirted with me. Yeah. So I think she has MS. I don't remember. I think she has.
It's pretty rough.
She does. I am so sad when I got the news that Christina Applegate was in the hospital.
Yeah.
Shows. I know. I have a very good friend of mine who was recently diagnosed with MS, and he's doing his best to stay positive and get through all that. But it's weird when people you had a crush on when you were a kid now are like older and being hospitalized. It's like, because Christina Applegate was my crush when I was in junior high school. I would watch Married with Children like an idiot, just like drooling at Christina Applegate. And I'm not even into blondes, but there was something about Kelly Bundy that just did it for me.
Well, you know who should be hospitalized? I mean, I don't wish it on her, but Jesus Christ, Madonna, give it a rest.
Mm. Madonna at Coachella, man.
Give it a rest, girl. Like, Jesus. I know, well, we all know she's lip syncing and you can see it and she's a little behind on everything, but still, like, for how old she is, like, good God.
Hey,
That
but you know
woman.
what? I got to give it up for Cher, because Cher is older than Madonna, and Cher still sounds good.
Yeah,
And Cher
Cher's,
can still, and she looks great. I mean, I saw her in person a couple of years ago, and I was like, man, she's beautiful. She's
yeah.
just like, and yes, I
Lady,
get that she's had some work done, but Cher looks at the end of the
they
day
all
like her
have.
energy and everything is really youthful. There's just something
Yeah.
really youthful about her, and she has no
Well,
fucks to
Lady
give.
Gaga's made it pretty clear that she's not a huge fan because people would compare Lady Gaga and Madonna at the very beginning of their career, and Lady Gaga's like,
I get that.
she's an artist, like, well, she's an artist, she said, but she's like, I don't want to be compared at all. She's like, I write my own music, I perform everything live, and she does not, like, just like words crossed. Like, it was like, all right, Gaga, she's establishing that non-relationship.
I mean, she is definitely a bit, you know, Madonna was one of a kind. Madonna was such an innovator in her time that, I mean, I guess like Lady Gaga, even though the times are different, I can't speak to it as much as Lady Gaga, but I still remember when I was in school, girls older than me, none of the girls my age, but girls older than me were dressing like Madonna. Like,
Yeah.
you would see girls out with the like lace glove and the whole thing and the hair. And I was like, that's legendary. Think of now, who do people go out and dress like? You know what I mean? Like, people aren't out dressing like Gaga. Well, I mean, there's not
Right.
like you can find a meat dress at the Gap, but I'm just saying, like, you know, I don't know. It's an interesting time for music. I started watching some of the highlights of Coachella, and all I could think about was like, I am so happy I'm not there.
Yeah. Seems a little
Yeah,
exhausting.
it's a lot. I went back in either 2018 or 2019. I was invited by Golden Voice, which is a company that does they did the food, at least for Coachella, and they had a bunch of really cool food activations. So I got to go and like try all the food and share content on it. So, isn't that crazy that I start doing thing about food and then I get invited to music show? Whatever. I'm not gonna argue. I love it. And it was the most exhausting 3 days of my look. I'm turned Italian. I was the most exhausting 3 days of my. I start drinking some Certo, and all of a sudden I'm doing this with my hands. It's exhausting. And I remember, and I don't care. This is a hot take on my end. I saw Beyonce, and she sucked. It was awful. It was like the worst performance with her and the marching band. It didn't sound right. The marching band was like overpowering her. The audio was just off. I was like, I mean, that's great that you have a marching band up here. I get it. But for F's sake, I was like, I wanted to see you. I don't give a shit about this band that's playing up there. I mean, good on them. These kids got to perform with Beyonce. But anyway, I'm just glad I saw Jamiroquai that week. That was like the highlight of my weekend. There was Jamiroquai, and then I ended up fucking off, and I left in the middle of the day the next day just to not get traffic. Did you notice Hollywood was like less traffic? I've noticed that the last 2 weekends, LA has been quieter, and I love it.
Yeah, maybe. I guess I try not to drive. If I don't have to, I don't want to drive, especially with the gas prices being over $7 at some places around here. I'm just like, I don't want to drive. No.
Yeah. I mean,
But no, Hollywood bars were freaking slammed all weekend, more than normal. And I think it's because hockey and basketball and baseball, and there was some fight. And it was just like you walked in every day last week, and it was like, oh my God. I mean, I don't walk into a bar every day.
I am very excited though. Speaking of some sports, I'm gonna go to Miami to see my dad in a couple of weeks. And by the way, today's my dad's birthday. So I got to do a little video chat. I sent my dad some Lindt, I think they're Lindt, LA, whatever, those Swiss chocolates, the little bonbons, well, not bonbons, whatever they're, those little truffles. I sent my dad those chocolate truffles, and I got to see my dad being misbehaving today with his caretakers. But whatever, I'm just glad I could sing him happy birthday. But my friend surprised me, and he's taking me to go see Inter Miami, and I get to see Messi play. And I couldn't care less about soccer, but I am kind of excited to see Lionel Messi play in person. Do you like soccer?
I played soccer. I don't watch or follow it.
Okay.
Never
Are you
been a
going to
big
watch
follower. I
the?
didn't even like watching it. I only liked playing it. I was a hockey family, and we used to call it soccer. We were kind of, my dad would call him, I shouldn't say that about my dad, but because he wasn't really great with words when we were younger, but lawn fairies, the whole thing, just because hockey is
What's a
like
lawn fairy?
a soccer player.
Oh, got it. Whoa. Thanks, Dad. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. We'll get
On the
canceled by
lawn.
something your dad said that you just
Yeah.
repeated. That's great.
It was a lot. It was a different day, different day and age.
It was a different time. See,
He
man.
wouldn't say that now, I don't think.
I hope not, Dad. Gosh, maybe he says it while your mom's cleaning in the background.
Yeah,
You know?
he never meant harm. I mean, he used to call gay guys like fancy boys, which I never thought was that offensive. I thought it was kind
That's
of
not offensive at
endearing.
all, fancy boy.
He's
That's
a
what does it say about him?
He's a fancy boy
Yeah.
instead of gay. But that was a different time, in school when that wasn't accepted, or we didn't talk about it. Teachers weren't allowed to talk about that stuff. So, I mean, we had a kid named John, but he went by Kelly, and I went to school with him from kindergarten to. I still talk to him on the internet, and we always knew he was gay. So he was the only guy that was allowed to sleep over, and he was the fancy boy that always stayed over. And yeah, he's definitely gay now. Like he has a beautiful husband and like this lovely real estate life. So, I mean, it is what it is. If that doesn't prove you're not born that way, I don't know what does. Kelly was like that.
Speaking of fancy boys, we have a fancy controversy in LA, and we've kind of touched on it a little bit, but I don't think I've gotten your hot take on it. The Noma scandal with Renee Redzepi. So folks who don't know, famous restaurant, was like number one restaurant in the world from Copenhagen named Noma, and it does like pop-ups around the world, and they did one in Mexico and then whatever. Anyway, so they did one here. And I think it was supposed to happen. It's happening now, but it was happening for 3 months. Tickets were $1,500 per person. Okay. It went live and the tickets sold out in, I believe, less than 3 minutes. Something crazy like that for 3 months. Fast forward, the figurehead of the company, the head chef, Rene Redzepi, iconic man in molecular gastronomy and food and all across the board and just kind of innovation in food. He steps down because of abusive behavior with his employees. Now, my question to you, Megan, is there's no refunds, by the way, when you bought your tickets. So if you bought your tickets, do you go or do you not go?
It's a thing of value. What do you value in your life? And I value time and money. So it's going to be yes for me.
It's going to be yes. I would go too. I'm not going to lie. I'm going to go.
He did step down. I mean, that's too much money to protest against if you're not going to get it back. What they should do is give it back to people who are really like, hey, listen, like, I don't want to support this. That's the right thing to do. But clearly they value money as well. So over people, it seems like in the past. So, I mean, you kind of know what you're getting in. But it reminds me of that movie, though. I just saw it the other day and I forgot how much I like it. It's The Menu. Do you remember that movie where
I never saw it, but I know which movie you're talking about. Yeah.
Oh my God. It's so good because it kind of.
Is that with Ray Fiennes? Is that
yes,
no?
It pokes fun at someone who might be abusive like that and how far it goes in this culinary world to a point of obviously farce and exaggeration, but it's entertaining. If you haven't seen it, I'm surprised you haven't seen it because I watched it a second time and I was like, this is great. Like, this is hilarious and dark, and it's a dark comedy. You should definitely watch it.
Real talk. As much as I'm into food, I'm not that into like food movies. It's like I did see the movie. I like the movie Chef with Jon Favreau. I enjoyed that movie, but they also, there's like Cuban sandwiches and they filmed part of it in Miami. So I had that connection to it. So I enjoyed that. And then there was that movie with, oh my God, dude. Fuck. The guy from Silver Linings Playbook, the real handsome guy who did the movie with Lady Gaga, A Star is Born. I can't think of his name. I picture him. Bradley Cooper. There's that movie where Bradley Cooper's a chef that I did watch that. And I like The Bear. But I don't even watch a lot of like food shows on Food Network. I don't know why. I can't get into it.
This is about murder more.
Oh,
but it's making fun of that abusive culinary world and the chef Ray Fiennes being that kind of like master manipulator where he gets people to off themselves, like as part of the meal experience. Like, you gotta watch it, and no one knows if it's real, and it's so good, and it plays at people's faults and rich people and what they're doing. It's really good. It's mysterious and crazy, and you got to see it.
I mean, I have seen a lot of people posting pictures and content from going to Noma, and here in LA, and a bunch of sponsors pulled out or whatever. But at the end of the day, so this guy is the figurehead of that company. But you got to put things in context. The amount of people that are employed there, that you want them to still. They moved across the world to work, and then some people left their jobs to work at Noma for 3 months here in LA. They got the opportunity, and Noma is like saying you played for the New York Yankees. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like it looks good on your resume that you had the opportunity to.
You would do it. You wouldn't back out.
Yeah. I know. I would go eat there. I mean, I don't support any of the stuff that he did. And to be fully transparent, without being fully transparent, there's chefs that I know have had a bad history, and I don't frequent their establishments. I have friends in the industry that I trust wholeheartedly that have told me things, and these chefs I will never have on our show, knowingly. I will never try to have any of these folks on here or anything like that. And the funny part about Rene Redzepi was, I can't remember when this was, but it was my birthday. And I got on Twitter and somebody was like, "What do you want for your birthday?" And I said, it'd be amazing if Rene Redzepi followed me on Twitter. And then he started following me on Twitter. Yeah. The most random thing ever. Because back then I don't even think Instagram existed. Rene Redzepi used to just go on it was like Periscope or whatever the live app was on Twitter, and I was like, "Oh, this is cool." Rene Redzepi follows me. Little did I know he was following me because he wanted to hit me with a frying pan. I didn't know this. Yeah,
I'd take a frying pan.
So now I know. He wanted to. You'd take a frying pan. He just wanted to beat my ass. That was the extent of it. He's like, "I just want to kick your ass." So guess how much the food or the drinks were at Coachella? Take a wild guess.
Per cocktail or
average?
I'm gonna say
about $30.
$30.
About
I was
$30 for a mediocre cocktail. And I mean, you always hear people say Coachella is one of those things that like people always say, like, I was there 20 years ago and I saw and I was there when Prince played and he played Radiohead songs and this and that. Is it still a music festival, or is it just dress up in dress up like a slutty Indiana Jones? Is that like, what is it?
I've never been. I don't know. You're asking the wrong person.
No, but you can tell from looking. It doesn't look like does it look remotely fun?
No, it's not my jam. I used to go to Warped Tour in high school, and even now thinking about the long day and the trying to sneak booze and then driving back from Denver, which was a pain in the ass, and the traffic, and then being tired from being in the sun all day. It's not my thing. It's never been my thing. I also am that type of person that would rather just be up performing. So I just kind of get jealous. I want to be up there. I don't want to be in the crowd. So if I was performing, I would love it, but I don't want to be another face in the crowd.
Well, if you're performing, you just get brought in through the back. I will tell.
I crowd surfed with Billy Idol at Warped Tour once, and I did, and it was only because my friend and I were so small and we were terrified of we were in the middle of the crowd. We couldn't get out. It was really scary. People were pushing us. People were falling, and these guys behind us, like, they could tell that we were scared. We were young. We were like 16, scared. We'd never been anything like that. And so these guys like, "Do you trust us?" And I was like, "No." And he's like, "Just stay really flat and cross your arms." And all of a sudden we're both up getting pushed to the front of everything. And they got us out because, of course, you get up and security pulls you down and you have to clear out. And it saved us. I felt a lot better after that. And I didn't go back into a crowd. But, I mean, that's a story. Billy Idol was right there with
nuts.
The shirt off.
The last time I saw somebody crowd surf, friend of the show, Ty Taylor, who I talked about last week because he's in that Teen Beat show that I went to go see. Ty did like a back fall he did like a trust fall into the crowd while singing when I saw him play with Vintage Trouble. And I can't remember if that was at the Fillmore in San Francisco or one of the times I saw him here in LA. And that motherfucker just like fell back into the crowd with them, and he kept singing. And they like moved him around the crowd, and he just kept fucking singing. And then he made his ass back, like right back to the stage. I was like, what sorcery is this? I don't know. I was like, those. That's probably. I don't know if I'd rather jump out of an airplane or crowd surf. Neither or. That's not in my. Would you jump out of a plane, or have you jumped out of a plane?
No, and I don't have a desire to do that either. I'm boring and old these days. I guess.
I have zero. I don't believe that for a hot second.
I'm boring.
I do not believe that. Are you just? Is that you're speaking it into existence? If you just keep saying it enough times, you will become boring and old, Megan. Is that the look?
I'm getting tired.
So, do you have any info for us for your show so we can go see you?
Oh, I don't know. It's the first thing, and now I kind of know why I got into it, because I know it's not like some huge professional. Like we could get a stipend pay at the end of it, so it's like it is professional. But we are, throwing these 5-10 minute shows together in a matter of 2 weeks, and I don't know why.
That's like guerrilla theater.
I know, and I have to.
Oh, you're gonna love it.
I have to chant. I have to look stupid. I have to be very evil. I'm like Dr. Evil. I'm an evil dentist, and I have to do this whole at the end about like, oh, you're not going to tell anybody. What if you're behind it all? And it's just very crazy.
An evil dentist?
An evil dentist that we're worshiping wisdom teeth. Yes, and I trick my husband into being the fall person, and then we have a superhero, Mr. Toothman, that comes in at the end. So I mean, it's really corny, but it is written by kids. So
thank you for giving us the entire show. You just saved me some time. You saved 10 minutes of my life. Thank you, Megan. I appreciate that.
We had a rehearsal in a park, and it's me. You know me. I already have issues sometimes looking stupid. I don't like looking stupid. And these guys fully commit in the middle of this park with a bunch of skaters and kids running around. And I'm just like, oh, this is the theater world I haven't been in years. So it's taking me a little bit to get back into don't worry about what everyone's thinking. Just do what you're supposed to do sort of mode. I don't know. A lot of adults maybe couldn't do it.
Well, on that note...
Come see it.
On that note, I think I want to just follow you behind the scenes. I want to
Hollywood.
Yeah, I'll be in Miami the first weekend in May, but I'll come see it the second weekend in May. So, guys, so please go obsessively follow Megan. Wait for her after the show, and make her take creepy pictures with you. That's my intention of. Actually,
that might help me.
That's what I'm gonna do.
If people come and they're like, "Oh, we're here for Megan," so yeah, do that. Do it.
That's right, Megan.
Yes,
that's right. That's right. It's exactly right. So guys, I am gonna go and finish my Certo espresso martini here, and maybe not sleep for 3 days. But no, that's what I think I'm gonna do. And if for any reason you want to try some of these premium cocktails, they're at the.
Right now is the coffee.
What happened? What's your problem?
Coffee. I can't have coffee in the afternoon.
Why?
That's how old I'm getting, because it'll keep me up at night.
Oh. Yeah, I mean, I try to not have coffee in the afternoon, but that's not always the case. So sometimes I just, I want a little espresso at 3:05. That's like Miami time, a little Miami time cafecito. If you do want to check out some of these premium cocktails, the website is drinkcerto.com, drinkcerto.com. And Certo, that's spelled with a C, C-E-R-T, and it's in Italian. So drinkcerto.com. Anyway, guys, please rate, review. I know we say it all the time, so it goes in one ear, out the other. It makes all the difference in the world. So please, if you have a chance to do that, and if you want to see my Patrick Swayze and Keanu Reeves t-shirt, you got to watch the video clips of this show. That's right. Yeah, no. I got my Point Break Vaya con Dios t-shirt that I had picked up at Goodwill for like $2. Anyway, Kill a Bottle Podcast. See you guys soon. Check it out. Bye.